they don't have any intent. There is none. I understand that hearing that word hurts and that makes people angry and that they want to do something about that. I understand that completely, and I also cannot tell you not to be angry when you hear that word. We live every day with a body and voice being hijacked by our brain every day. So, Billie Eilish was trending on TikTok for allegedly saying the N-word in one of her streams. According to many sources, she actually never said this. So why am I making this video? Billie Eilish has Tourette's. Many people know that, some people won't know that. And this is not the first time that a person with Tourette's is getting some severe backlash because of tics, and especially N-word tics. So I wanted to discuss this. Welcome to Boneitch. My name is Luca, and on this channel I make videos talking about what it's like to live with Tourette's. If you are interested in learning more about this disorder, don't forget to subscribe and you'll be all set. Little disclaimer first. My opinion on Billie Eilish is quite neutral. I don't listen to her music really, it's just not my taste. I don't follow her on social media. I don't know anything about her really, other than that she's a singer and that she has Tourette's. That's pretty much all I know. So this video is only going to discuss this very specific incident. If there's any other drama, then I'm unaware, and that's also not the aim of this video, alright? Okay, so let's do this. So when I got the Google Trend alert in my inbox and I saw the messages that were sent, the comments that were left on different posts, I had a real deja vu moment, because this is not the first time that a person, a creator with Tourette's is getting this type of backlash for having an N-word tic, even though of course in the case of Billie, she probably didn't even have one. But a few years ago, the Twitch streamer Sweet Anita was also experiencing a lot of hate, a lot of Twitter rage, because she shouted the N-word in one of her live streams. However, after that happened, Twitch actually never decided to ban her at all, and the people that were quite angry at her, many of them apologized since. So why is that? Like, saying the N-word is an objectively bad thing, right? So how does that work? If you don't understand why these people apologized and why Sweet Anita could just keep doing her job and why people are defending Billie Eilish in this situation, then thank you for clicking on this video and watching this, because I hope you're willing to learn. So just like me, Billie Eilish and Sweet Anita have Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's is something that most people have heard about, they have an idea about, but many people don't actually really understand what it is. And I think many of these controversies, many of these issues stem from the fact that people don't really understand Tourette's. So, a quick Tourette's 101. Tourette's is a neurological disorder. It's not behavioral, it's not because of bad parenting, it's neurological, you're stuck with it, really. And it's characterized by tics. And tics are involuntary sounds and movement. And the important word here is involuntary. You don't want to do this. It's not like people with Tourette's just miss a filter and they just say whatever they think. It's involuntary. It can be A, quite random actually. My most common tic, that's a word, is cockatoo. And I promise I don't think about birds and parrots all of the time. A, now, of course, shouting types of parrots is not the same as shouting the N-word. We would not be having this discussion if Billie Eilish shouted pigeon or something. It's clear, I understand that. And if tics are so random, then why are people shouting the N-word? That's a very specific thing to say. And yeah, even though tics can be quite random, they can also be influenced by your surroundings. What will often happen is that in a certain situation, the thing that you don't want to say is something you start to focus on. It's kind of like trying not to think about a pink elephant. That's immediately what you start thinking about. Now with Tourette's, that might mean that turns into a tic. So usually people that have a tic, like for example the N-word tic, don't actually want to say that. It's the exact opposite of what they want to do. I have that with, for example, sitting on a train and there being a not so very kind person sitting opposite me, and I will wink at them and make kind of flirtatious movements and things like that. It's the opposite of what I want to do, so that's what my brain does. It's still involuntary, but influenced by your surroundings, all right? This explains why, in the case of Sweet Anita, it was quite clear that she couldn't help it, right? It's an involuntary tic. So why did this rumor spread about Billie Eilish if she didn't even actually say this? And I think that has something to do with one of the biggest misunderstandings about Tourette's. That is that people with Tourette's all swear. Because that's something we all see in the media, right? We've all seen that, we've seen the comedy shows, we've seen the South Park episode. People with Tourette's swear. But only 15% of people with Tourette's have what is called coprolalia. That's the swearing tic, saying obscene things. It doesn't have to be the N-word, it can be other things as well, but saying obscene or inappropriate things, that's coprolalia. You also have copropraxia, which is the same thing with but with movement, so maybe flipping someone off in the streets or something like that. But only 15% of people with Tourette's have that. But because people don't know that, they hear that Billie Eilish has Tourette's, they assume that she must also have swearing tics. But again, that's not always the case. I don't know if Billie Eilish has coprolalia. I don't know. But even if she does, you must understand that those words are never intended to harm anyone, to hurt anyone. They are tics, they are involuntary, they don't have any intent. There is none. I understand that the N-word is a very powerful, hurtful, terrible word that is used to hurt and to attack a group of people. And I understand that hearing that word hurts and that makes people angry and that they want to do something about that. I understand that completely, and I also cannot tell you not to be angry when you hear that word. I can't tell you not to be upset about that. But the fact remains that Tourette's is a legitimate neurological condition, and no amount of anger and upset and anything like that can define a disability out of existence. And it's not fair, I guess. You wouldn't get angry at a blind person for not seeing something, or for a paralyzed person not to be able to stand up for someone. You wouldn't get angry because they can't help it. And with Tourette's it's the same. Please know that people that have an N-word tic do not want to say that word. It's the opposite of what they want to do. We live every day with a body and voice being hijacked by our brain every day. And sometimes our brain makes us hurt ourselves and the people around us. And that's exhausting and awful. It's exhausting, and you wouldn't wish that on anyone. Hey, I really hope that if only people understood Tourette's a bit better, that situations like this wouldn't need to happen anymore. Maybe I'm being a bit too optimistic. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about this. I only touched the surface about what Tourette's is, and I oversimplified some things just to make this video not 2 hours long. So if you want to learn more about Tourette's, other tic disorders, what tics feel like, how I found out that I had Tourette's, check out this playlist, or maybe check out this TikTok reaction video, or watch this video that apparently YouTube thinks that you should watch next, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Okay, bye.